that have come to asbestos panels. It's very important too that if you want something done about this asbestos, and I suggest you should, that you actually get together and you work out how you're going to publicise your situation. They've removed it from the Houses of Commons, they've removed it from Buckingham Palace, they've removed it from town halls. Why haven't they removed it from the Kingshold Estate?
We need publicity, because the only way Hackney is going to do anything is to be shamed into it. And we have got to shame them into it. And you have got to shame them into it. And if they don't listen to us next time, then maybe we'll have to consider stopping 4,000 rents. Right? Because what are you going to do? Pay to die? I mean, what's a ludicrous situation? You're actually paying them to kill you.
Oh, there she is. Come on, Marion, come forward. Come on. Did you run? Quick, the record's finishing. Marion, it's your 21st birthday today, isn't it? Yeah. So we're going to get everybody to sing happy birthday to you. All right, kids? Yeah? Okay, after 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I'm Marion from the Kingshold Estate Asbestos Action Group, and our aim is to get the council to acknowledge the asbestos in our flats and to remove it.
So, what was your reaction when last November you received a circular letter from the council telling you that you couldn't do any decorating or DIY because of asbestos?
Terror. I was more frightened for the children, really, and if I had somewhere to go, I would have gone, just left. But I've nowhere to go, so just stay here and fight and hope the council remove it.
And was that the first you'd heard about it?
That's the first I'd heard about it, yeah. I never knew anything until then.
Right. And after informing you about the asbestos, what action did the council then take?
None, up until now, no real action, just the letters telling people not to drill, decorate, and that they'd come and mend any damaged asbestos. But then who's to say what's damaged and what isn't? Some people don't even know that it is asbestos.
What did you decide to do about it?
To start a campaign with the rest of the tenants and just hope that someone would listen.
Did you find it difficult to start off with? I mean, were there times when you thought you were just going to give up?
Really difficult, because I've never done anything like this before. And it's really time consuming. The time you spend on it is really a lot. And it can affect indoors. But if you've got the support and that of your family, then just go ahead and do it. Really fight and don't be put off by anyone.
Looks like a nice stadium.
It does.
They can't wait for it to hurry up.
Why? To knock England out of the World Cup? That's fair enough. I don't know.
You don't support the other team?
I'm supporting Scotland, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah. Who do you think I was going to support?
So, infestation. I've seen they are cockroaches, are they?
They are.
Channel 4 actually brought
You-
the TV cameras in
Yeah.
to a flat. And the tenants chairman was there. And they brought an expert in from West London on cockroaches.
Yeah.
And he said that the cockroaches that we have in the tower block are the German variety. And I cracked a joke. I said, well, they couldn't beat us in the war, but they're trying to invade us now. So that went down quite well on the...
Did you get these all over the
yes,
flat?
we do
or?
now, yes.
Really? Right.
In the kitchen, everywhere in the kitchen.
They've been round twice. And as you can see, it's not affected them.
Right. So
They actually kill those, the
But not
adults,
the
but not the
eggs.
eggs.
Right. So they've just come around and spray or something, and then
That's
that
right.
gets rid of the ones that are living, but then
They're not
give it a
eggs.
week or so,
They're back.
that they're back,
Yeah.
because the eggs
As
aren't.
you can see, that there's a couple of females in there.
I honestly wouldn't know the difference between the male and the female, but. I think we've got a fairly clear picture of what's wrong. I mean, it's
Just about.
fairly bad, isn't it? So you've got 4 possible legal things to do. One is in the Magistrates' Court for a nuisance order. That relates to the condensation, although that's not so much of a problem for you, the asbestos and the cockroaches, and we can get a compensation order as part of that. We can also sue the local authority for disrepair. You've obviously got substantial disrepair. In any event, though, you're coming back in to see me about the environmental health officer issue, etc., when you come back from your holiday. So if I don't speak to you before your holiday, have a nice time. And I'll see you again on, what was it we said, the 2nd of July?
2nd of July.
Okay, fine. Any other questions, give us a ring when you get back, all right?
Thanks very
Okay,
much
nice to meet
indeed.
you. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And take those things with you.
I
if you
will
don't
do,
mind.
I will do.
I'm telling you, 6 months that poor bastard lived. He walked out one day and dropped dead. 2 she buried, and that was the first year along here. 10 of them died.
That's right. That's true, it happens.
Yeah,
Right,
it
Reg?
is.
Yeah.
I'm telling you straight. So don't have your bleeding throat cut, else you won't live. Stick to it like me. What about me last week? I couldn't eat a fucking thing. Up all night. There wasn't a fucker knocked at my door, and I laid there till Thursday. I'm telling you, and I do swear.
Just along
And
here,
by
I think,
fuck,
flat.
I'm in my own.
Right, okay. My name's Alan Dalton. I'm a chemist by training, and I work at the Camden Occupational Health Project. But the reason I'm here today is because I wrote this book 10 years ago on asbestos cancer hazards and other hazards. And basically, I've done a lot of work on workplaces, but also on housing estates, schools, and hospitals on asbestos removal. So really, you've asked me over here to give a view and an opinion on the estate. But now I'll introduce John.
My name is Billy Switzerland, the voice. The victim of asbestos this year can hear, and the cancer of the larynx caused through asbestos at my workplace. But the reason that I'm here is to invite the Alan to give the advice and support to the tenants in this estate. Basically, I'm involved in Glasgow. I was involved in the Clydeside action against asbestos. And our action was a successful one.
In John's case, in fact, he had to have his voice box removed to asbestos exposure. The latest risk that's just been found, what he didn't say is that he won £67,000 compensation for that after a 10-year battle to win that.
Okay, John, take us through into the bedroom. Look, the coffee.
That'll be lovely.
Yeah?
Lovely,
Right,
yes.
okay.
Right, Mr. Taylor, well, as you know, I've come from your solicitor who's asked me to, I'm an independent environmental health officer, he's asked me to prepare a report on your flat. listing what's wrong with it and what actions I think you have in law to deal with those matters. So while we're getting ready, perhaps you could just show me around briefly what you're unhappy about.
Do you want to have a seat before? Or
Well, no, let's just have a quick look around first.
Yeah, where do you want to start?
Well,
The wash place?
perhaps, yeah.
Kitchen, if you want to go in,
Right.
yes.
I can see him down there.
Yeah. That is only a very few. I mean, I don't want to frighten you, but
It's all right, I'm used to them.
you're used to them. Well, good. So am I now.
I've seen a lot of flats on this estate that have got them. Yeah, there's a lot down there.
Yeah.
There's another one right here.
See, the problem is, we, as you can see here, we put most of our crockery here.
Mm.
We cannot, anything we use,
You have to wash it first.
we cannot use anything in here because they're
They
there's
run
too
over
many.
all your bits and pieces.
Yeah.
There
Well,
we go.
just look at that. I mean, that's incredible, isn't it?
Yes, there's a lot there.
And there's a hell of a lot by the box here,
Yeah.
down here.
Okay.
We had to strip the wallpaper off.
Mm.
That is honey, actually, in that jar. It's just to see what they would actually eat, but
Well, they'll eat anything, is the
yeah,
answer.
yeah.
Very,
I wanted to actually trap them. That's what I wanted to do, to show you. But they're actually.
Well, you don't need to, do you, really? Okay, well, let's have a quick look at the rest of the place. What else you're unhappy about?
See, he sees a lot more than we do, doesn't
What's his job?
he? Yeah. Nice,
Okay,
right,
well, that's that.
yeah, what do you think?
I shall be preparing a report. In fact, I'll write it out this afternoon
Yeah.
to send to your solicitors. What it will do is list the various defects and so on that's wrong, particularly the cockroaches. I should be advising your solicitor that you, in my opinion, you can take your landlord's court under the Public Health Act because there's a statutory nuisance here because of the health risk associated to the cockroaches and the various other matters that are wrong.
Actually, have you visited any other tenants in this block?
Not in this
all?
block, but on the
No?
estate I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, over the last year I've been to
Yeah.
about
And I
half a
expect they've
dozen.
got quite a few problems too, haven't
Yeah. There's a lot have got cockroaches
they? Yeah.
and asbestos.
Boss, I never wanted to be a painter originally, you know, because I mean, you know, it's well, it's making money, but it's not, you know, it's not honourable, really. I always saw myself as a sewer man, you know. I always liked the look of their overalls.
Oh, this is so exciting, Joe. I can't believe it. Oh. I'll tell you what, I'll get a wobbly tummy.
Lights are off.
Yeah, the door's locked.
No, that's got a date.
No, oh God. Nearly forgot the door. What's that?
There it is.
Go. Not too bad, Hugh. Alright.
Okay. Oh, le moulin c'est gagné now. Oh, I got it now. That's the game money there now.
Mila, go! Go!
Oh shit!
Oh, this is
Two ones.
It's kind of like maybe we're just.
How long have
dreaming.
we got to go? The clock, we've got about
20
25
minutes.
It'll be a big party tonight, man. Just come on, man.
What time did you tell Ken you'd be in for?
I said I hoped I'd be in for about 11:30, depending on the time I get out. Okay?
No. Deep breath, right in. And blow it hard. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Right, deep breath in. Right in, right in, right in, right in, and hold it. Hold it for 8 seconds.
When he gets a cold or a flu or anything, it goes straight to his chest and there's just nothing. You know, you're talking about 3-4 weeks off work. And you just take it sort of step at a time. Every 6 months when you come, obviously you keep your fingers crossed hoping that the x-ray hasn't changed. We know it can't get any better, we just can hope that it won't get any worse.
Right, well, I've heard about all the good work that you're doing downstairs or around the estate on the asbestos thing. And this is the stuff that we have got together that I'd just like to show you how far back it goes. Having lived here for 10 years, obviously we've decorated the place out and, you know, we've scraped walls, taken wallpaper off.
It was only through him getting a cold and couldn't get it off his chest that he ended up in the London Chest Hospital and has been going ever since.
That's 2.5 years ago.
That's right.
And I spent 2 years of that time denying that I was anywhere near asbestos because, to the best of my knowledge, I wasn't. So I went to the doctor and when we actually found out definitely, I then made the appointment, and you can see he wrote that letter something around the 18th of January this year, where he said that in his opinion I should be taken out of here.
That's right.
Right?
They removed it from next door and didn't even tell us they were doing it. If you look out in the balcony, you can see sand that's blown up from the ground floor. So if that's come up from the ground, what have we had through from there? Apart from the decorating and scraping and everything that we've done ourselves, that you shouldn't do.
When they took the asbestos out of here, did they seal all this off?
No.
They never?
No, and we were living in there. I was actually away for a couple of days. When I came back, Eleanor told me that they had done this. Right? And that's when they told Eleanor to mind the dog, not to let the dog in here because the dog might get asbestos. You know.
So, God knows who was exposed
We better go back in, or we stay here. We're staying out here too long as it is.
So tell me, Brian, I haven't asked you, where were you at art school?
I was at the Slade. But I didn't have too much of a good time at the Slade. I ended up setting my studio on fire. Which was good fun. That was in my first term. Yeah, they didn't like that. Panzerwoman's actually got a real history, right? And what happened with Panzerwoman was a friend of ours, very wild dude, great guitarist. He told us about this great story about when him and his brother were kids and they were just getting their sexual gear together, like. When their mum used to go out shopping, they used to get a Tesco bag.
And stuff it full of like stockings and all sorts of things, bags, you know, tie it up and draw tits on it. And they used to shag the bag, right?
One day his mum came home and found him doing the business on this
doll. But he called it Panzer Woman. Him and his brother used to call this bag Panzer Woman. All of these people you see in these pictures, I've drank with over the years. So these people all exist.
Stuart, come here, please. Calm down, please. Oh, he wants to come back here. It's all right, I've got to kill him on. Kill him. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh, Yui.
I can't. Shit.
God. Where? There. Yeah, quick. Get out there. Do you want me to help you?
No, give us
yeah,
that.
I'll...
Pam, just give us that bag up, will ya?
Hugh, look at above you.
Hold that, will ya? I can't do everything you're telling me.
Yeah, but I can... Hang on.
When's the armiest you can get?
Oh, God. I can't stand this.
I'll find another nest.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Quick. Don't... Hang on a minute, Hughie. Hang on. Here, take that.
I don't need that. I just want rid of this.
I'm not taking it now.
Give us a bag up.
Come on. It's all right, it's all right. Oh.
Didn't mean to snap at you. Didn't mean to snap at you.
Oh, sorry, I'll have a drink.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Come away.
No, I'm all right. I've got to get him.
Well, let me get some tissue
Yeah,
or
go.
something.
I'll get some tissues.
Can I have some tissue roll? You just open the drink cupboard and they're everywhere.
The one thing I particularly wanted to do today, though, was to go through Bill Page's report. In the covering letter, he does actually say that the cockroach infestation is very, very bad, one of the worst he's seen. By comments, this flat is heavily infested with German cockroaches and is also affected by disrepair and the presence of asbestos-based materials.
So we should be facing court, hopefully, before 3 months.
I would hope so, the Magistrates' Court, not the County Court. The actual hearing of that will be much further away.
So all we've got to do now is just sit tight and wait, really.
For a little while.
Well, either sit tight and keep killing.
Right. At the last meeting at the end, I thought it'd be best if I introduced myself and explained what the meeting's about so everyone knows. My name's Alan Russell. I represent building workers that work in Hackney in the Direct Labour Organisation. The reason we're having the meeting with tenants is to try and get together to try and get the massive backlog of repairs done, all the windows and asbestos, and try and identify what the blockages and the problems are, and mount a campaign together and work together, because it's in both our interests to force the council to go ahead with these repairs. So that's why I'm, as a trade unionist, working with the tenants, because if you get your jobs done, our workers will keep their jobs if nothing gets done. You're a solicitor representing the tenants?
I represent some of the tenants as individuals, in fact quite a group now, but have come along and sat in on the last few Tenants Association meetings when they've been discussing asbestos.
Yeah.
But I can't actually say I'm the solicitor for the Tenants Association.
Right.
But I see what I'm doing on behalf of the tenants as sort of fitting into the campaign generally.
As you're aware, there's a terrible asbestos problem on the estate.
Yeah.
And as I told the other people earlier, is that we have an asbestos team of 16 people fully trained with all decontamination units, etc. They have now been disbanded because there's no work for them to do, and they've been given other work. And yet there's Kingshold Estate with the most asbestos I've ever seen on any estate in this country. It's just unbelievable.
And how many more estates like it?
Loads more.
Closer to us.
Well, every day that those tenants are in those houses that are with asbestos, they're being exposed to it. Every day the risk gets greater that they're going to get
Every day
asbestos.
something's happening.
But it's a minute fibre. You get one fibre in your lung, inside the tubes of your lung. You get the scar tissue build up, and your lungs just go solid. It's the fibres, airborne fibres, and throwing it about is what makes it break up and the fibres float off.
Most of the tenants I have come in contact with are actually more worried about the cockroaches than the asbestos.
That's right, yeah. A lot of people are because
That's right.
there's so many
But if you can get
of them,
across to them, which is obviously the case that they have to be dealt with together,
Yeah.
because you can't treat one without the other.
yeah.
You know, I've had a report in this morning which is on one of the tenants in the estate, and the conclusion very much is that it's one of the worst cases of infestation he's come across, and the only way to deal with it is treating the block as a whole, and that will involve opening up any ducts, voids, etc. You're going to have the same problem.
Well, what's the heating? Is it warm air?
Yeah.
So warm air ducts have got asbestos in. It's every time the fan goes on, it blows fibres out.
That's right. So you shouldn't even
so
use
it's
that really.
blowing all the fibres.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No. So you can see why they don't want to start tackling it though, because it's
such
such
a
an
vast
absolutely
problem. They just
enormous
run away
problem.
from it.
Yeah.
They can't do that.
At the meeting, what you're wanting to do is get the tenants sorted out about what the plan of action is, what you want to campaign for, and then talk about what the campaign's going to be. So you want to maybe have a day of action or whatever, and big banners on the estate or whatever. You want to go up to the council with a petition and make them accept it officially. And I mean, you've got to think through loads of different ideas of constant publicity, negotiations, and so on.
Would it be helpful to go to this public meeting dressed in all the equipment you need to wear to remove asbestos?
Well, what you've been demonstrating is if we were going to drill holes in panels, this is what we'd have to wear, and this is a procedure we go through. So when you're putting up a picture hook, or when you're scraping your wallpaper, have you got this outfit? Have you been doing this?
So you work like this. What you're doing is you're doing what we're doing without this protective clothing.
Right? Does everybody understand what I said? Right? So that's the kind of precautions we have to take as workers by law. It's the regulations. But the danger is, you are in that flat, if you're scraping the wallpaper, you haven't got that equipment. Does anybody want to ask me any questions about what's happened so far?
Yeah, is that just blue-brown asbestos or white asbestos
White
as well?
asbestos as well. They say it's white asbestos cement board is safe. No asbestos is safe. That's our opinion. With workers working with just white cement board without the precautions, and they've died of cancer and asbestosis.
Only 6 months ago I went to an inquest of a 33-year-old carpenter who actually collapsed and died in Mare Street, up the top of Mare Street. He'd been a carpenter, he was 33, asbestos was found in his lungs, and he'd actually worked with it 10 years ago just doing carpentry work and had another job in between at 33. That's the sort of exposure you're talking about. And I might add, at that inquest, because the report on asbestos in his lungs wasn't there, the coroner said natural causes. Natural causes, and we actually refused to reverse that when the family got hold of the asbestos in lungs count. So I mean, you know, it's actually being a sort of cover-up, if you like, having read all the literature, having known enough people who've died of it through low-level exposures. The bottom line is, would I want to live on this estate with my family? And the answer is no. And I think that that's true for me, it's got to be true for you. It can be removed.
got bare asbestos in my bedroom still from last year when we had a flood.
Yeah, she's got bare, and that disgrace. Yep. And we,
And they told us not to decorate, so my husband wouldn't let me put it down when I was pregnant. You know, I want to repair the damage, but you know, he said leave it alone because you'll disturb it. But nobody's given us any advice on how to cover it up.
I think we've got to get your name and address afterwards. We will leaflet this estate. We will meet outside the town hall, and we will march, hopefully, with 200 or 300 people into Hackney Town Hall and demand action. Because that is, people, the only way you're going to win. It is important that we go over there in numbers and fetch the kids. Because, you know, we can be as stupid and there's nothing emotive about standing up and holding your baby and say, look, I don't want her to die or him to die, because it's true. A young lady here is getting very upset. Are you going to have a word? Right, now this is Marion, who is the sort of coordinator of the asbestos subcommittee of your TA. I'm going to ask her to say a few words. She's not used to it, but nor was I a few years ago, and I'm sure all of us are like that. I think before we do, we ought to show our appreciation to Marion in the usual way, because she's worked very hard to get this off the floor. How about a little bit of applause?
Well, I hope you'll go away tonight and tell your neighbours what you heard. Yes. And bring them all next week, next Wednesday.
Tell a 4 to 1 now.
Okay, guys.
Let's go.
I took 9 hours. 9 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, huh?
Listen. If you find any, stamp on them.
Yeah. Stamp on it, Kate. Stamp on it.
Go on, Kate, yes.
Oh, hand over there.
Well done.
Quick.
What, another?
Chase it.
Well done.
Since we've come back, we haven't cooked. We eat out. What I eat in the cat when I walk.
Don't you spray though? You don't.
No, we haven't done the spray. That was a dolphin swimming on its back. Stop looking for them.
That's Katie.
I do that enough when I'm up here.
I was just sitting there in the bathroom, right?
Did you bring it in with you?
No.
What's that?
No, I've already trodden on that one.
Well, that one's dead.
So I'll pick them up at the end of the night.
That one's
Get
dead.
rid of them.
Wipe his smelly, fishy hands on his shot. And you can imagine what it's like in the heat out there. It stinks.
I went down to
That's the asbestos, isn't
the
it?
office, yeah, and they said that, yeah, okay, we'll get it done.
So what are they going to do, just rip all this off?
They're going to take these 2 bits, they're going to put an air bubble in, and they're going to take the 2 bits of wallpaper off and seal the asbestos.
Are they going to put the wallpaper on for you?
No, they said we can do that ourselves because it'll be all sealed. They said it'll be safe enough.
Yeah.
They're fixing my bedroom for me.
It's a
such a brilliant singer. She's been in the cabaret circuit, obviously.
Obviously. She's been years. I think I saw her once in Croydon. In fact, I think it's Lavinia Lafayette. That's who she is. I remember I was having soup in a basket at the time. And that she came on marvellous. Absolute marvellous evening.
She is. She's a professional.
I think you need about 20 songs.
Well, I've got another chance to come at least.
It's good to have you here,
Put that in a
Hugh.
glass of water.
Yeah, I will. It's good to have you, you know. I mean, some of these people here, they don't have any visitors, you know.
I know. I feel sorry for some of them.
Yeah. At least you're here, aren't you?
I'm here every night. If I stayed here any longer, I thought I might as well commit myself.
Because we're stuck, we can't move out, right?
If we move out, we lose the decant.
Right. If we stay there, I'm going to end up back in here,
Mhm.
right, at some stage. With all the drugs and everything, it's good, right?
Yeah.
But they're slowly stopping them, right? And I'm only just on, like, I'm only just like on the one tablet now, right? And then that'll be my treatment finished, right? And then they said, like, just said after the weekend, then that's it. You're gonna try and discharge me after that. I'll see if we can. I'll see if we can talk to them. See if we can. So they let me stay here a bit longer. Yeah. Just don't know. I mean, we can't squat.
Welcome to Head to Toe. Did you know that decorating and DIY could seriously damage your health? Well, that's what the residents on the Kingshold Estate, Hackney, discovered. And it would seem that this is not an isolated incident. Last year, Hackney Council sent out a circular letter to the tenants advising them not to decorate or drill due to the presence of asbestos. I went along to the estate to meet some of the tenants. I first asked Marianne Cullen, campaign leader of the Kingshold Estate Asbestos Group, what had been her reaction to the letter.
Terror. I was more frightened for the children, really, and if I had somewhere to go, I would have gone, just left. But I've nowhere to go, so just stay here and fight and hope the council remove it.
Excuse me, could you give us all one of these suits before we go? There's no good laughing, we've got to live in it.